I had two hemorrhage. Oh my. For some reason, I thought of herpes when it said that. I already had a full day by then to digest everything. To them, it was all fresh. They were even willing to sell our house in order to pay for a cure. Of course, there isn't a cure, dick shits. Because of the late discovery of this condition, I had to stay at the hospital to recuperate for the treatments. When I was first admitted, I felt as if I was missed. For about a week, my ward was full of flowers, balloons, and cards, and then everyone pissed off. But the visitors slowly dwindled, and all the get-well gifts began trickling down to nothing shortly after. I realized that the only reason I had gotten so many cards and flowers was because they were sending me a sympathy turned into a crash project, of course. Because maybe some people were genuinely concerned, but I doubt it. Even in the beginning, I barely had visitors. By the end of the first month, only my parents came to me on a regular basis. Uh,
Iwanako.
Nagasaki was the last to stop visiting.
You
After
can at least try to put some effort
Iwa Nagasaki, okay.
Iwanako.
Iwanako.
This
Fuck you.
Your shit tier Steam.
Sakura Spirit. Oh yeah, we should do that next.
No, I'm not playing that cancer.
You're not. Hey, Sam, you don't play it. It's a graphical novel with multiple endings.
Well, I take my graphical novels seriously, bro.
And I just threw your words back in your face, so eat a dick. After 6 weeks, I never saw her again. Just because she got hit by a bus, actually. We never had much to talk about when she visited anyways. We didn't touch a subject that was being... I don't know why they're making such a big fucking deal out of it. It's not like that was the reason he's got arrhythmia now. God damn. The hospital? Question mark. It's not really a place I'd like to live in. No shit, dick biscuit. The doctors and nurses feel so impersonal and faceless. I guess it's because I'm in a hurry and they have I'm in a hurry and they have a million other patients waiting for me. But that makes me feel them uncomfortable. I feel them up in an uncomfortable manner. For the first month or so, I asked the head cardiologist every time I saw him for a rough estimate on when I'd be able to leave. He said never. He never answered anything in a straightforward way, but he told me if I wait to see if the treatment and surgeries work, they don't. So I idly observed the scar that those surgeries had left on my chest as slowly changed and appeared over time. I was thinking it was some kind of omen. I still asked the head cardiologist about leaving, but my expectations are low enough now that I'm not disappointed anymore when I don't get a reply. The way he shuffles around and doesn't answer is... fuck. This is a lot of reading, Sam. This is a lot of reading, and there's no tits.
Novel.
There's no tits yet. Tits. I expect tits.
You don't get tits until...
And falling off of a roof.
Until... Okay, you get that when you get the bad ending, and I'm not going to tell you how to get that.
Fine, I'll find every other ending first.
And we'll get tits in, like, I don't know, the... third act?
That's like 3 acts from now!
That's 2 acts from now.
That's like 2 acts from now! At some point, I stopped watching TV. I don't know why. I just did. Maybe it was maybe it was the wrong kind of escapism for my situation. I started reading instead. There was a small library at the hospital, although it was more like a storeroom for books. I began working my way through it, one small stack at a time. After consuming them, I would go back for more, just like I feel playing this game. I found that I liked reading, and I think I even became a bit addicted. I started feeling naked without a book in my hands. I'm gonna have to take that book away from you, Sonny. But I loved the stories. And that's what my life was like. The days became increasingly harder to distinguish from one another. Differing by only the book I was reading and the weather outside. I felt like time blurred into some kind of gooey mass I was trapped inside, instead of moving within.
That's what she said.
Oh, speaking of gooey masses, I'll have to tell you a story later.
Okay, while you're doing this, a female voice shouldn't pop up anytime soon. I'm going to make myself a Nutella sandwich, because I'm fat.
Don't leave me. You're gonna make me do this alone? Really? You fucking kidding me right now?
What?
Bye.
Okay. Be that way!
A week could go by without me really noticing it. This feels like it's weeks right now. Fuck. Sometimes I'd pause in realization that I didn't know what day of the week it was, like me on break. Or sick. But other times, all the things that surrounded me would painfully crash into my consciousness, like me at school, through the barrier of nonchalance this I had set up for myself. The pages of my book would start to feel sharpened and burning hot, and heaviness in my chest would become so hard to bear that if I put the book aside, they just lay down for a while, looking at the ceiling as if I was about to cry. Like I said, just like me in school. But that happened only rarely, unlike me in school. And I couldn't even cry. Unlike me, I can't feel emotion at all. Like how Sam says, this is a feels game. I refuse to accept that I'm gonna feel any sort of emotion throughout this because I'm emotionally deadened for some reason. Oh shit, switch modes. Now I only have to read a little bit every screen. Probably 10 times as many screens now. God damn it. Today, the doctor comes in and gives me a smile. He seems excited. Son, you have cancer, but not very. It's like he's trying to make an effort to be happy on my behalf. Son, you have cancer. My parents aren't here. It's been a few days since I've last seen them. Both of them are even sort of dressed up. Is this supposed to be some kind of special occasion? It's not a party. There is a ritual the head cardiologist has. He takes his time sorting his papers and setting them aside as if to make a point of the pointlessness of what he just did. Then he casually sits down on the edge of my bed, edge of the bed next to mine. He looks at me in the eyes for a moment and says, "Son, you have cancer." "Hello, Hisao. How are you today? I have a small penis." I don't answer him, but I smile a little back at him. I've forgotten how to speak because all I do is read, like a little bitch. I believe that you can go home. Your heart is stronger now. My heart will go on! I'm sorry. And with some precautions, you should be fine. Like, don't look in the mirror and think you look good because your heart might stop again. We have all your medications sorted out, and I'll give your father the prescription so he can take them on his own and, overdose and die, so you'll be alone. Oh, Sam, we've been talking. We've missed you. And the doctor hands a sheet of papers to my dad, whose expression turns wooden as he reads it quickly. So many penises. I take it from his hands and look at myself, feeling numb. How am I supposed to react to this? Suicide. What the fuck? Like I'm having a stroke. An absurdly long list of medications staring back at me from the paper seems insurmountable. They all blend together in a sea of letters. Great, now he has dyslexia. This is insane. Side effects, adverse effects, contradictions, and dosages are listed line after line with cold precision. I try to read them, but it's so futile. I thought you liked reading, dick shit. I can't understand any of it. Attempting to only makes me feel sicker. All this for the rest of my life, every day? Yeah, get used to it, little sucker. I'm afraid that this is the best we can do at this point. However, new medications are always being developed, so I wouldn't be surprised if this list fade over the years. Years? What kind of confidence booster is that? I felt better if you hadn't said anything at all. So I've spoken with your parents and believe that it'd be best if you don't return to your old school, because, you might feel some happiness, and that would be bad. What? Please calm down, Hisao. Listen to what the doctor has to say. I'm your father, Luke. Calm down? The way he says it tells me he knew full well that I wouldn't like it. Am I going to be homeschooled? No, you won't get that lucky. You won't get a real curriculum. Whatever my concern shows, it's ignored. We all understand that your education is paramount. However, I don't think that it's wise for you to be without supervision. So we're putting you in special ed classes pumped full of drugs. That should end well. At least not until we're sure that your medication is suitable. So I've spoken to your parents about a transfer. Transfer sexual, of course. It's a school called
Yamaku.
You beat me to it. Yamaku Academy that specializes in dealing with fucked up children. Disabled. What? Am I fucked up? Yes. I like how the music stopped dramatically just in time for that. That was amazing. Am I fucked up? It has a 24-hour nursing. Oh, we'll never see that text again.
Scroll up.
Hey, it has a 24-hour nursing staff that is only a few minutes away from a highly regarded general hospital. Because, we don't trust you to not die. The majority of students live on campus. I think of it as a boarding school of sorts. It's designed to give students a degree of independence while keeping help nearby. Independence? It's a school for fucked up little youngsters. Don't try to disguise that, bitch. If it was really that free, there wouldn't be a 24-hour nursing staff, and wouldn't make a hospital being nearby a selling point. Of course, it's the only if you want to go